I'm gonna say you. When you went into business, what was one of the things that you knew that one of the principles that you was gonna have going in business?
That everybody could take my word, and my word is gold, and my word is just good as anybody's signature in this whole area. And I don't care whether you're black, white, red, or yellow.
Uh huh.
One of my favorite stories. We had a rich guy that owned a cement business,
Uh huh.
and if a cement truck come in here, a fish truck come in here,
Uh-huh.
we got to put you ahead because he's got a lot of money in that truck. We got to get him out.
Okay.
But when he brought a lawnmower tire in there, he kind of expected the same thing. And
Uh-huh.
Dad said, no, we don't do that. And some of the richer people say, oh, you're supposed to. Dad reached in his pocket, pulled out four $20 bills. And he said, you know where these bills come from?
Uh-huh.
The man said, no. My daddy said, me either. Your $20 bill ain't no better than the next man's $20.
Okay.
And I cater to, there's a whole lot more average gay people that you want to cater to. Because the rich dude, he might drop you and you're dependent on him.
Yeah.
But if you go with all the average people and you look out for them, you got them for life.
Okay, I have a business owner here, y'all. First of all, how long have you been in business?
54 years.
Yes, this is the location. So you can take a look around. I'm only showing you all a piece of it, but he owns it all, and he has been in business for over 40 years. His father started it when he was 6 years old, and he started working here when he was 12. So you all can see that is a pretty big place that he has. Okay, 54 years. And the building that you have here, do you own that building?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you owned it?
31 years.
Okay, before I get to the question, what made you decide to own this building and not rent it?
I was flying for airlines commercially because my daddy wanted to do it. And we owned a taxi car up the road. And one day, I called Daddy. I just said, you know, I'm used to doing tiles all my life, and I want to build a new building. And Daddy has always been, if you can build it and pay for it, do it.
And not rent it.
Yeah, we don't owe nobody one dime. Everything you see up there, like today, when it was dropped in the floor, we paid for it.
Okay.
And the best advice Daddy ever gave me.
What was it?
And I'll give it to everybody here. Advice he ever given me. Me and my wife been married almost 40 years. And when you first get married, and it's tough on kids today because it's a different world, but try not to have no more payments than what one of you make. He didn't care if I lived in a house trailer or a tent. That way you could go and eat, have a good time. All these young people now got to have new cars, new houses, and they're right up to the eyeballs, and they can't enjoy themselves. And that's the best two pieces of advice my dad ever gave me.
Wow. Okay, so if anybody, however they live, whether or not they go into business or whether or not they stay on a job, try to live that one of y'all incomes can make it. But that's what somebody need to try to do.
Try to do that.
Okay, so if somebody do that, now what about the extra money that somebody don't want to go in business? What should they do with the extra money?
Buy land.
So you think that somebody need to own something, some real estate, some land, something. You believe in that?
I believe that.
What about that person? What about that person that rents, but when they get old, they're not going to be able to afford it? So give me a solution that you're leaning more towards somebody renting, or what they going to do when they get old. They're not going to be able to afford that.
I mean, I would rent it until something come up. If something come up you could fix up, work on it yourself, then I would try to buy it.
Okay.
But I do believe this country is going to go back to some of these old school values. I really do believe that, because we can't keep living off the government, and the government is trying to live off of us.
Okay. But for a young person, advice is what you're saying is, if it's possible, try to get yourself some land or a house.
And I have a lot of cars. I got classic cars. And I would think that I wanted that, and I work hard. So I'm going to buy it, which all that really does make you work harder. And then when you get to my age, you realize half of that stuff you thought you needed, you don't need it. Half these things that here we got today, we don't have to have them.
I got you. So I'm sure your business paid for, your house paid for, probably everything that you got is paid for. Okay, now, if a person deciding to go into business, when you went into business, what was one of the things that you knew that one of the principles that you was gonna have going in business?
That everybody could take my word, and my word is gold, and my word is just good as anybody's signature in this whole area. And I don't care whether you're black, white, red, or yellow.
So your father actually started the business, or y'all started it together?
I was 6 years old when he started.
When he started it, right?
But I started working when I was 12.
So you started working when you was 12. He started when you was 6. You started working when you was 12. What do you think? How many kids do you have?
2 girls.
Okay, you got 2 girls. So now, are your 2 girls gonna start off from scratch, or do they got to start in life because of you?
They got a jump start because both of them are nurses. Both of them BSN. I didn't go to college. But I paid for 3 of them.
Okay, now, that's fine. You paid for their college, right?
Yep.
Okay, now, what do you think about parents that eat up everything that come in their hands, or they leave a bill behind for the kids, such as they say, you know what, I'm not going to worry about being buried. I'm going to let my kids take that responsibility on. What do you think about that?
I think it's terrible. I would never do that. And that's what the government is doing to us right now. They're spending our kids' money. They're not spending mine.
I know you got the willpower in you. I know that, to go ahead. But can you say that I really owe a lot to my father who gave me this push start?
I'll tell you what's wrong with the world today.
Okay.
A man asked me, he said, why do you work as hard as you do? And I thought of it that night, and when he came back, and it's very easy. And this is what's wrong with this world right now. I'm telling you this. I watched my daddy cut his finger off at 4:30 at work. And the next day he was changing truck tires. When you watch somebody, and mama was the same way, when you watch them get up and go every day, that's what you do. You don't know no choice. You just get up when you're sick, not sick, and you go.
What do you think about a guy if he say, you know what, I don't want to get a house because I got to cut the grass, or I'm going to call a AAA to change my tire? What do you think about a man like that?
He's soft. They call me up, 50 years old. I'm like, man, my tire light's on. What'd I do? I'm like, I want to go. Well, what'd you do 40 years ago? Walk around a car and look at it. If they're pumped up, drive it to your shop.
Hey, you all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I always like to try to get in the head of a successful businessman, a business owner, a home owner, and somebody that they're there where I'm trying to get at. They have already accomplished what I'm trying to accomplish. So I love to get in their head. I love to get tips from them. So I hope that helps some of you all, bless some of you all. And please always remember, it's not just a slogan. What you make happen for others, God will also make happen for you.